What up, friends? It's Joelle, and I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my trip to Austin, Texas.
The stars at night are big and bright, deep in the heart of Texas.
When I told my friends that I was thinking about going to Austin, Texas, I got a lot of confused responses. The thing is, in the queer community, you have a lot of preconceived notions about what the South is going to be like for you. Fears that you're going to be discriminated against or called out against on the street or viewed differently for the way you dress or the way you act, or you're not going to have a good time there. So I really wanted to test that theory and find out what experiencing the South as a queer man was. I wanted to start off a little bit easier. Austin is super open. Pride flags all over the place. There are welcoming signs, there are welcoming t-shirts. Everything was kind of unlike how I expected the South to be. We went on the weekend of Beyonce's birthday, a wonderful time to really tap into your inner Beyonce. So a lot of Beyonce themed events were happening. I might have dropped it just a little bit too low and hurt my knee. And I thought everything was fine. So I went back and I went to bed, and then I woke up the next morning literally unable to move. My friend Jason had to drive me to urgent care, and I had to get a brace on my knee because who knows what happened. And this lovely picture of me is me eating tacos in a knee brace. Really sad. So enjoy that, internet. I definitely did not let my bum knee keep me from exploring Austin. We hiked all the way to the top of Mount Bunnell. Then we also visited Lady Bird Lake, which is gorgeous. And then we also went to the Barton Greenbelt, where I got to pretend to be Tarzan for like a little bit and swing on a rope. If you're familiar with Austin in any way, shape, or form, you know that they have this campaign called Keep Austin Weird, which is devoted to making sure that small businesses really thrive in and around Austin, keeping the local color and culture intact. Major tech companies are draining these cities of the local color that makes them worth visiting in the first place. And this is a problem that Austin could be potentially facing with the news that Apple is building a $1 billion campus just outside of the city. Yes, it's going to create jobs, and yes, it's going to create, business, but what type of business and what type of jobs, and who are the people that are going to be employed, and who are the people that are benefiting from this the most? Another city has already been through a similar change. San Francisco, a ton of local color, a ton of character, had a bunch of people come in from Silicon Valley, commute every day, and you have this influx of housing prices rising, where people who have lived in San Francisco their whole lives can no longer afford to live there. A one-bedroom apartment or a studio in San Francisco can cost you up to $3,000 or more, making San Francisco more expensive than New York City. When you have a city that really prides themselves on the people that live there and keeping it weird, you really want to make sure that you're putting a lot of money and a lot of effort into those small businesses. Going further with tech booms, and when we start looking at how these companies are putting headquarters across our country, should we think about where these companies are putting down their roots and how they're affecting the areas that surround them? And also, can Austin survive the tech boom the way that in reality San Francisco hasn't been able to? So at the end of the day, we really have to look as a society whether we are putting technological advancement in front of human rights and the people that have been living in cities for their whole lives. When you visit places like Austin or San Francisco or New Orleans, go to the bakery down the street. Go to the bookstore that's been there for years and years. Make sure that you are going out and reaching people and visiting local bars. Thanks for listening, and let me know if you liked this. I'm definitely going to be thinking about doing a few more videos, or you could just not listen to me and jerk off and watch porn. So